What's going on, guys? HQ 420 here. We back at it. We chopping it up, dicing it right, keeping it tight. Today's video, we gotta start talking about this contact tracing. Folks coming to your doorstep, grabbing your kids, re-education. You know, all that stuff's going on right now behind the scenes. So let's go and jump into it. All right, now on this article, an exclusive article. Contact tracing whistleblower warns of door-to-door forced vaccinations and FEMA kidnapping campaigns. Now, if y'all don't know what FEMA is, like I said, we long for them. We like to get into this. FEMA. So what is FEMA? It's the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which was instituted, put in place by Jimmy Carter, 1978-1979. Says the agency's primary purpose is to coordinate the response to a disaster that has occurred in the United States that overwhelms the resources of local and state authorities. So when some stuff goes down and they say they can't handle it, FEMA jumps in. Said the governor of the state in which the disaster occurs must declare a state of emergency. A lot of state of emergency has been declared. You know, these powers that weren't supposed to last but 30 days are now 4 months old, about to be 4 months old. You know, when the emergency going in? Who's going to say it's going in? Said in formal request from the president that FEMA and the federal government respond to the disaster. So the governor's got to say, hey, state of emergency, y'all need to come down and help me out. Said the only exemption to the state's gubernational declaration requirement occurs when an emergency or disaster takes place on federal property or a federal asset. Okay. All right. So we know what FEMA is. They bust up in the scene. They up in the scene when the state says, but I'm just done, man. I'm cashed out. Y'all gonna have to come do something. I'm cashed out. All right. So we got that. So back to this article. It said, in Natural News exclusive, a California-based whistleblower is stepping forward and sounding the alarm on door-to-door contact tracing. Said campaigns which are underway right now, justified by the coronavirus pandemic government response. Said these campaigns will be escalated to forced vaccinations and FEMA kidnappings of dissenters who refuse vaccinations, we've learned. So that's what it's trying to tell you. That's what I've been trying to let people know. I said, man, how far are you going to let them take it? And say, yeah, all right, you know, I'm going to kick you out your business. You got to close down. You got to lose your livelihood. Okay, that's fair enough. So lose everything I ever worked for. That's great. No biggie right there. You know, got to go stand in the food line and feed my family. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so now you can't leave your house, go out in public, at least in the NC, supposedly, without your mask on. So I can't go out without my mask on and get anything. I have to have that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They'll refuse me service, refuse me to go in there and spend money that, you know, with their business I work for. Okay. Now they're like, man, now you got to take the vaccine and you better have your kids take it. And, you know, we might have to send FEMA out there, state of emergency. I mean, they can't handle it, so we'll send somebody out there to handle it for you. Huh. Okay, so we're going all the way out there. Guys, watch this. They backstabbers. They telling you that, oh, we care about your health. Your health is important to us. Stop. Backstabbers, bud. They will stab you all up in the back. Your knife be full of holes. I mean, your back will be full of holes. Your knife might be too. I don't know. You put holes in it. If you got that one from Book of Eli, man had holes in the blade. I think that thing made it sharpest object on planet Earth. Heads and everything falling off. Clean. I mean, cut a man's head clean off. They said this video features a whistleblower we're referring to as Contact Trace, who was filmed in goggles and a hoodie, hiding in a dark closet to conceal their identity. Said this person believes they have already been added to the dissenter red list in California, flagged for possible FEMA kidnapping and forced relocation to a FEMA camp where those who resist vaccines will be processed and then exterminated. I mean, exterminate? Well, I mean, there's potential. Man, I ain't going to rule anything out right now. Said this person's voice has been dramatically altered to protect the family, of course. So Right now, California's hiring people to go door to door. Okay, your contact tracers. Now, I've seen up there in another place, what was it, NYC? They said that they had 3,000 contact tracers. Now, they were talking about this job's like $20 an hour, working 8 hours. I mean, they out there wasting a whole bunch of money. But y'all paying for this, just to let you know, contact tracers. I don't know if you checked your phone, they done installed old stealth app on your phone. You sitting there looking at them like, what's this COVID-19? Man, they got a stealth app on my phone. Oh, but all you gotta do is opt into it. It's not already on. I got you. Yeah, so they said they're hiring people to go door to door, creating red flag list of vaccine dissenters, flagging them to be force vaccinated, medically kidnapped, or executed by California government authorities in the near future. Good God, I mean, I don't know if it's that deep. Is it that deep? It might be. I mean, they always say it's, oh, you're conspiracy theorists. I said, but all it takes to conspire is two people to get together and talk about committing a crime in the future. That's it. I mean, I'm just looking at what they're doing right now, what they're forcing people to do. They said yesterday we interviewed former FEMA administrator Celeste Solom, who confirmed that FEMA is gearing up to medically kidnap and forcibly place American citizens in the FEMA camps where so-called anti-vaxxers will be exterminated. Said that's not a metaphor. That's straight up murdered by the state. Dang. Man, I'm reading this right from here. That's what my man said. He was a former FEMA administrator. He said, I know, or she, I guess it's he or she. I know a little bit about it. They said they're gonna pick folks up, and when they pick you up, bud, that's it. I mean, you won't be coming back. Now I know people are like, oh, stop with the nonsense. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing like that. Let's look at this Colorado bill. There's a Colorado bill that requires re-education for parents who refuse the coronavirus vaccine. Re-education. Does that sound familiar? What's the last set of people that got re-educated? I don't know if y'all remember this or not. I don't know, it might have something to do with World War II or something like that. It said, are you ready for re-education camps in the United States? So Colorado has introduced a bill that will re-educate parents who refuse to vaccinate their child with the coronavirus vaccine. Okay, re-educate you. You know, let me sit you down and let me talk to you about how this thing works. You know, by yourself in this room while your kids and everything's in another room. Hold, bud, you ain't separate me. I'm gonna let you know that right now. We're gonna have some problems. Hand-to-hand combat, melee style, blades and all. It said the bill forces all doctors and medical staff to give vaccinations with no exemptions, even if they are in a situation where they believe it would not be in that child's best interest. The bill's current version, however, does not list any sanctions or punishments for medical staff that refuse. Okay, so there ain't no sanctions or punishment right now. Right now in the current version. You know what I'm saying? They'll put this out and they'll be like, hey, you know, you should do it for everybody, but we ain't gonna put any sanctions out on you. It's just like the mask thing. It's like, hey, we encourage people to wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, that's fine until it's mandatory. Everything is temporary. You know, when it comes to government, everything's temporary. Everything's gonna be short-lived. You don't have to do it until you have to do it. I mean, that's the way it is. So I mean, like I said, watch your backstabbers. OJ, smile up in your face. I mean, it's just like that. It's trying to take your place. The bill just passed through a committee in Colorado to reduce availability exemptions on vaccinations for school-aged children, which is making vaccines mandatory. So this bill offers online education modules for parents who want a different vaccination schedule than what the state demands. Submitting a certificate of completion from the re-education classes is one way to receive the state-sanctioned vaccine exemption. So I mean, you're talking about an online education module. What that gonna do? I mean, so I get up there and I take this online. I guess it's a course, or maybe it's just like a video. Just hey, man, this is what's good about this. This is what's not good about it, and all that. And you just be like, all right, well, I got it. Vaccine exemption. You think it's gonna go like that? And so they posed a couple questions down here. They said, what if it was never about health? What was about forcing people to get a vaccine? That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. They keep telling me they don't know nothing about the COVID-19. They don't know nothing at all. Well, we're going to have a vaccine ready for you, though. Huh? We don't know how it spreads. First, it didn't spread from, animals to humans. Then, when it was humans, it's really hard to spread from human to human. And then it was staying on cardboard for 5 weeks. And then you got to wear a mask. And then what else is it? Don't nobody know nothing. They ain't sure how it works. They were blowing people's lungs out with ventilators. Hydroxychloroquine, it looks like it works, but man, they refuting that. Man, that drug too cheap. Man, that stuff is cheap, man. I can't be having folks taking that. How am I gonna make any money off that? Vaccine, though. They get you on the vaccine. I wonder how much that's gonna cost. Now they put any cost. Is it gonna be free of charge? Is Bill Gates just gonna fund it? Be free of charge? You know what I'm saying? I'm against it, man. And it stinks to me. It said these vaccines are not being required for the health of anyone unless it's for health of big pharma and the ruling class. That's what this article is trying to tell you. He said, look, man, this is big pharma. He said they kind of moved away from their regular drugs because they can be sued for that, but you can't be sued for vaccines. He said, what happens if the re-education fails to convince a person to get vaccines? He says it's hard to say. But these type of concentration camps, and be honest with yourself, that's what they are, should be condemned by anyone who wishes to be free. So I'm right there with them on that re-education. What if after re-education, they're like, man, you need to rethink this again. Why you think it won't go that far out? You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, they've got people now in California that have taken a child out of the home because of COVID-19. We check out this other one right here. The unthinkable has happened. DCFS removes child from home because the parent had COVID-19. This is in LA County now. And already yanked somebody out of the house. That's what I'm telling you. Watch your back. It's tough out here. They said the LA County Department of Children and Family Services successfully convinced a judge to remove a child from a home because his parents tested positive for COVID-19. There it is, right there. DCFS. Man, go get that kid out of there. Take the kid out of the home. Where'd they take the kid to? Man, you know that, what is it, like 3/4? Don't let me get that information wrong. It's a high percentage of your child trafficking come from, these foster homes and all kind of stuff like that. Kids being sold off. Man, you want to just bust in there and take your kid out? You need to be against this fully. It said Los Angeles attorney Christopher Arash took to social media with the news. Today in dependency court madness, LA County Department of Children and Family Services recommended that the court remove my client's child from their physical custody after the parent tested positive for COVID-19. This is a non-offending parent. The judge ruled in favor of DCFS and detained. So the judge was like, yep, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Yep. Go on, take that child right out and just send him on up the street. Let the parent sit in there for 2 weeks, not know where the child's at. Man, can I call him? But let's straight up to the kid out of the house, man. Y'all, but stuff is getting too wild. It's getting too wild. They got all these sanctions, rules, regulations. Can't open your business if you get COVID. Now, LA County, if they feel like they can come get your child, they snatch your child up. And they say up here, let that sink in. DCFS is asking for children to be removed from their parents' custody due to COVID-19, despite the parent making the appropriate arrangements for their child. So they're still yanking them. They said the family is currently filing an appeal, a writ of habeas corpus to have their child returned. There are reports of other attorneys in Los Angeles area facing similar challenges. So don't think this ain't coming to a place near you. Anytime you think all that can't happen around here. All that can't happen to me. The same way I say as far as job losses. Oh, it's okay. You're saving lives. No, but what happens when you lose yours? And you don't know how you gonna get some food out there. You got to go stand in the bread line. What you gonna do then? You gonna be singing the same tune? You gonna be singing the blues? In closing, we need to be against this fully contact tracing, be re-education, snatching your kid out your home. I mean, what's next? I mean, have to worry about meth gators and stuff like that too. I mean, it's a wild time. Murder hornets, giant mosquitoes. I mean, but it just, man, 2020 ain't been good. 2020 is rough. 2020 might be the rough year in a long time. I mean, in a long time. I mean, economy in shambles. Spent 6.2 trillion, ain't accomplished nothing. And now we yanking children out of home, wanting to re-educate people, contact tracing, red flagging people. Oh, you one of the dissenters. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like that. Don't think it won't. You'll be a dissenter, and all the people out there, they'll be out there shunning you, and they'll be clapping their hands when they drag you away. Trust me, that's the way the mob works. That is the way the mob works. They will clap their hands when you're getting drug away, when your kids are getting drug out your hands, and they over there screaming. They'll be clapping their hands. And you have people that just order followers. They're just following orders. Man, why are you doing this? Well, man, it's my orders. It's like, bud, where's your humanity though? The stuff is lost, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I mean, what do y'all think about it? I mean, keep on the lookout for this. We might need to keep an eye on it. I'm in North Carolina trying to keep an eye on this stuff. Seeing what kind of new information coming out. Now, like I said, you got to have a mask everywhere now. It kind of just reminds me, I know y'all know a little bit about the Bible, mark of the beast. If anybody knows about it, hey, let me know. I believe with the mark of the beast, if I'm correct, which I believe I am, you couldn't go buy food and stuff if you didn't have the mark. Hey, can't let you in and buy nothing. Don't have your mask. Hey, you don't have your vaccination papers, so can't travel outside of your house. I'm sorry. Can't go in there and buy food. Sorry. I can't send nobody to you. See what I'm saying? I mean, just be just like that. So, I mean, keep your eyes open. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. Click notification bell. Leave a comment. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.